any sadness is due of when you lose a loved one. There is sadness. I am not disputing it. There is sadness. But the sadness is multiplied when the attachment is stronger and the dependency is maximum. Suffering is magnified when the attachment is stronger and the dependency on that source is maximum. Any relationship where there is only the mind, only when I say only the mind, the likes and dislikes, mere emotions, impulses, where there is catering, pampering, which multiplies your dependency, will create havoc when it is no more available to you. Because you are dependent on that source for pleasure, for financial aspects or various other aspects. Now that source is blocked. What do? You suffer. We are not children, friends. We are not children. Children which suffers is different. Even children, they try to become self-sufficient. That's why in life we have to try and become self-sufficient. You are allowed to cherish a relationship. You are not allowed to get attached to any relationship. Therefore, the only way to deal with relationships are gratitude and reverence. When your gratitude and reverence to that source is far greater than your dependency towards that source, even when that source is forcefully taken away from you, you will still be able to handle yourself better. But how many of us are developing gratitude and reverence? You may have respect for them, but do you have the genuine gratitude and reverence? As a result, you could be dependent, but something could be taken away. But at that point of time, that's why I always say your gratitude and reverence must be far greater than your dependency and attachment. Otherwise, you may be grateful in words. I'm not saying you're all ungrateful. That's not what I'm driving home here. You could be grateful, but it could be just words. Then it's just a thought. It is not a reverential feeling you have. Once you have that, you will cherish their presence. And for some reasons they are no more, that source is no more available. Affectation will be there, but you will deal with it gracefully. You deal with it in the way you have to deal with it. Otherwise, the suffering is unending, because it's like there was a source, now it's blocked, now it's no more available to you. Now if you don't have another source available to you, you will suffer, and you will continue to suffer. That's why you need learning. Weekly satsang. Keep learning. All of us have relationships, but let us not become dependent on any source for our happiness and pleasure. It is one source, but you should not become dependent. Even in the financial aspect, they say have multiple avenues of income. If only one source of income, now you lost your job and you can't deal with it. They say don't put all eggs in one basket. When I say multiple source, that's all I can say. Even if it is a rich father-in-law, multiple source. Whatever it is, multiple source you have. Only dependent on one source, how difficult it is. So, sadness you can overcome when you lose a loved one, when the gratitude and reverence is far more than your dependency. And if it is only any relationship you got into, you've made yourself only dependent. The moment it's taken away, it's a sudden vacuum, sudden that emptiness, and you can't deal with that emptiness. That's why I say regular intake of knowledge. While going through that experience, develop reverence for that source. Slowly become little more self-sufficient. Through knowledge and through your own efforts, become little more self-sufficient and deal with it. And when you start dealing with it, you will deal with it in a much better way. You will cherish their presence. And when they are no more, you are grateful for the time they spent with you. And you will be much there. That is the only way of dealing with it, especially in the present pandemic times, the COVID times. Almost everyone has known somebody they've lost. Somebody. a near and dear or a friend or somebody. Now, how do you deal with it? See, when you expect eventuality, you're a pessimist. When you're prepared for it, you're a philosopher. When I say prepared for it, nobody can be really prepared. But the grandeur of gratitude and reverence, you have no idea how it works. How it works. That's why I always make this statement: gratitude and disturbance can never coexist. If you're disturbed, you're not grateful enough. If you're grateful enough, you can't be disturbed. If you're grateful enough, that statement is there, right? I had no shoes and complained until I met a man who had no feet. If you're grateful enough, suddenly you see, hair is not growing here, but here, Lord, it's growing. I don't go for a haircut, but I go for a shave all the time. That is there. I have a friend, a relative. It happened to some family get together on Zoom. I was not aware. I said, Shreyas, why are you wearing a mask? It was his beard. It is the teeth also was not. The beard was throughout. I was joking with him. So think about it. Therefore, again, become aware of your attachment. Become aware of your attachment. Then things might improve.